Good morning, students. In yesterday class, we have discussed transcription in prokaryotes and eukaryotes. In eukaryotes, transcription process is highly complicated. It includes two complexities, like complexity first and complexity second. Complexity first includes three kinds of RNA polymerases, and each RNA polymerase enzyme responsible for transcription of its own kind of RNA. For example, RNA polymerase first transcripts the rRNA and their types like 20S RNA, 18S RNA and 5.8S RNA. RNA polymerase second transcripts the hnRNA, that is the precursor for mRNA, and RNA polymerase third enzyme transcripts tRNA, snRNA and 5srRNA, small ribosomal RNA. So, in eukaryotes, RNA polymerase enzyme acts as a division of labor, and complexity second includes splicing, capping and tailing. In splicing process, introns are removed, exons are joined with the help of RNA ligase enzyme. This process is called splicing, RNA splicing. It occurs only in eukaryotes, never possible in prokaryotes, because in eukaryotes, mRNA containing non-coding sequences, they are called introns. But in prokaryotes, introns are absent. An entire gene acts as a functional gene. It has only exons, no introns. So, never possibility of RNA splicing in prokaryotic mRNA. Whereas in capping process, G-methyl guanosinucleotide, unusual methylated guanosinucleotide binds at the 5' end of hnRNA to form G-cap. Unusual methyl guanosinucleotide binds to the 5' end of hnRNA, very important, no in mRNA or RNA or tRNA, only at the 5' end of hnRNA to form G-cap. And in tailing process so also called polyadenylated process. Polyadenylated process. Tailing process. So, in tailing process, 200 to 300 unusual adenine nucleotides, adenylated nucleotides binds to the 3' end of hnRNA to form polyadenine tail, polyadenine tail. So, after transcription of matured mRNA from the hnRNA, it shows movement from nucleus to the cytoplasm, through nuclear pore, and immediately begins the translation. So, whether in prokaryotes or in eukaryotes, after transcription begins the translation. That is our today topic, translation. Translation. A translation means the coded message present on mRNA is decoded into or translated into polypeptide chain or a protein molecule is called translation. Translation. Please listen here. The coded message present on mRNA present on mRNA is decoded into a polypeptide chain, or a protein is called translation. Do you remember? The coded message present in mRNA decoded or translated into polypeptide chain or a protein molecule is called translation. That means after transcription of mRNA from the antisense strand of DNA. Listen here. After transcription of mRNA from the antisense strand of DNA, DNA sends the genetic message, genetic information to the mRNA in the form of codon language, in the form of triplet codons. For example, if the antisense strand containing TAC nucleotides, mRNA containing AUG codon. If the antisense strand containing adenine nucleotides, mRNA containing uracil UUU triplet codon. If the antisense strand containing GGG nitrogen bases nucleotides, mRNA containing CCC triplet codon. So here, the DNA sends the message to the mRNA in the form of codons, in the form of triplet codons. So, after formation of mRNA, transcription of mRNA, each and every codon codes a specific amino acid by the help of tRNA, and amino acids enters into the ribosome, undergo peptide bond formation or polymerization to form a polypeptide chain or a protein molecule. Do you remember? Listen here. This coded message is decoded into polypeptide chain or protein molecule. This process is called translation. So, the coded message present in mRNA is decoded into polypeptide chain or a protein molecule is called translation. Important, it occurs. The process of translation always occurs. Important, inside the cytoplasm, within the cytoplasm, where the ribosomes are located. Listen here. The process of translation takes place in the cytoplasm of cell, inside the ribosomes, where the ribosomes are located, is the site of translation. But the site of transcription, the place of transcription always occurs, always takes place inside the nucleus, within the nucleus. While the translation process occurs in the cytoplasm, inside the ribosomes, is the location of translation. Important, for one more question, mention the site of translation. What is the place of translation? Where the translation process occurs inside a cell? Answer is the cytoplasm inside the ribosomes. Where the transcription is located inside the nucleus of a cell is the mechanism of or definition of translation. So, the coded message present in mRNA is decoded into polypeptide chain is called translation. It occurs in the cytoplasm of cell inside the ribosomes. Important. Here the process of translation completed in 4 steps. The mechanism of translation completes in 4 steps, like activation of amino acids, activation of amino acids or charging of amino acids. CHARGING, charging of amino acid. Next one, chain initiation. Chain initiation. Chain elongation. Chain elongation. And chain termination. Please listen here. The process of translation occurs in 4 steps, like activation of amino acids or charging of amino acids, chain initiation, chain elongation, and chain termination. You won't be confused. The steps of translation and the steps of transcription. See, the 3 steps of transcription: initiation, elongation, and termination. Never chain initiation or chain elongation or chain termination. Only initiation, elongation, and termination are the 3 steps of transcription in prokaryotes. Why? The process of translation, 4 steps of translation: activation of amino acids, chain initiation, chain elongation, and chain termination. Among them, out of 4, the first step is the activation of amino acids or charging of amino acids. Step name is the activation of amino acids. Activation of amino acids or charging of amino acids. Most important and also highly complicated explanation for all the 4 steps of mechanism of translation. Dear students, be concentrated in our live class of the mechanism of translation process, because highly complicated and also doubtful explanations. Listen here. The first step of translation is the activation of amino acids or charging of amino acids. Say, in this step, 20 different types of amino acids participate in the protein synthesis. Means, for the synthesis of each and every protein, each and every kind of protein molecule, important, at least minimum to use 20 amino acids, 20 different types of amino acids. So, any protein molecule, listen here, any simple or small protein at least containing 20 different types of amino acids. That is, 20 different types of amino acids participate in protein synthesis. Important. Each amino acid, during activation of amino acids, each amino acid reacts with ATP, energy molecule ATP, to form amino acid, AMP, enzyme complex or activated amino acid. It is catalyzed by amino cell synthetase enzyme. It is catalyzed by amino cell synthetase enzyme, secreted by ribosine, important in 70th type of ribosome. In prokaryotic ribosome, say 23S rRNA acts as a ribosome. So, 23S type of rRNA secretes the amino acid synthetase enzyme. Say, this amino cell synthetase enzyme converts inactivated amino acid into activated amino acid in presence of energy called ATP to form amino acid AMP enzyme complex. So, activated amino acid. Activated amino acid. It is catalyzed by amino acid synthetase. Enzyme amino acid synthetase. And important, in amino acid synthetase enzyme, each and every amino acid can activated by specific amino acid synthetase enzyme. Already I have told this point. I have given this explanation in the tRNA structure, closed loop model of tRNA structure. Because in the closed loop model of tRNA, second part is the DHU loop, dihydroxyuridine loop. DHU loop. This dihydroxyuridine loop recognizes the amino acid synthetase enzyme. Synthetase enzyme. Yeah, each and every amino acid can require specific amino acid synthetase enzyme. So 20 amino acids are there. 20 amino acids require the 20 different types of amino acid synthetase enzyme. Each amino acid synthetase enzyme recognized by identified by DHU. So, what's it important? There are 20 different types of amino acid synthetase enzymes required for conversion of 20 amino acids into 20 activated amino acids. Important. So, be remember, in activation of amino acid step, listen here, inactivated amino acid reacts with ATP in presence of amino acid synthetase enzyme to form amino acid AMP enzyme complex. So, it is also known as activated amino acid. Yeah, amino acid synthetase enzyme, each and every amino acid synthetase enzyme recognize the particular amino acid. So, specific amino acid synthetase enzyme converts the specific inactivated amino acid into activated amino acid. You remember? So, in activation of amino acid step, listen here, the first point is the amino acid reacts with ATP in presence of amino acid synthetase. Amino acid synthetase to form amino acid AMP adenosine monophosphate AMP enzyme complex, or it is also called activated amino acid. Listen here. Yeah, amino acid synthetase enzyme secreted by, catalyzed by ribosome in bacterial cell. 23 sRNA functioned as ribosome. Ribosome means the catalytic property of rRNA is called ribosome. Already we have discussed in functions of rRNA. So, the catalytic property of rRNA is called ribosome. In prokaryotic cell, In bacterial cell, 23 srRNA functional as ribosome. It helps in secretion of amino acid synthase enzyme. It is responsible for conversion of amino acid into activated amino acid by using energy in the form of ATP. As a result, to produce activated amino acid or amino acid AMP enzyme complex. Important. So here, amino acid in simple equation form, amino acid plus ATP gives rise to amino acid AMP enzyme complex. Enzyme complex plus PP means 2-phosphate molecules, or it is also called activated amino acid. In presence of amino acid synthetase enzyme. So this is the equation form of activation of amino acids. So in the step called activation of amino acids or charging of amino acids. Present here, the amino acid reacts with ATP in presence of amino acid synthetase enzyme to produce amino acid AMP enzyme complex or activated amino acid. Yeah, each and every amino acid catalyzed by specific amino acid synthetase enzyme. Since the cell contain, cytoplasm of cell contain minimum at least 20 different types of amino acid synthetase enzymes secreted by ribosome. That is the function of one of the function of rRNA. Ribosomal RNA. So, after conversion of amino acid into activated amino acid or amino acid AMP enzyme complex, listen here, the activated amino acid attached to the amino acid binding site of specific tRNA. See, the activated amino acid binds to the amino acid binding site of specific tRNA, particular tRNA, specific tRNA to form amino acid tRNA complex or charged tRNA or loaded tRNA. Listen here. See, after formation of activated amino acid, the activated amino acid binds to the amino acid binding site of specific tRNA. Important to form on amino acid tRNA complex or loaded tRNA or charged tRNA. That is the second point of this step is the activated amino acid. This activated amino acid binds to, attached to amino acid binding site of tRNA to form amino acid tRNA complex or loaded tRNA. One more question now. Loaded tRNA or charged tRNA. charged tRNA. Say the activated amino acid binds to the amino acid binding site of tRNA to form amino acid tRNA complex or loaded tRNA or charged tRNA. Important. In which AMP, adenosine monophosphate, and enzyme separated from tRNA. See, after binding of activated amino acid to the amino acid binding site or adapter site present at the 3' end of tRNA to form loaded tRNA or charged tRNA or amino acid tRNA complex. Under the same time, AMP and enzyme separated from tRNA. Say, tRNA, activated amino acid or activated amino acid also called amino acid tRNA. Amino acid AMP complex, amino acid AMP enzyme complex, plus tRNA gives rise to amino acid tRNA. What of amino acid tRNA and AMP and enzyme. Important for concrete exams. So after attachment of binding of activated amino acid to the tRNA, amino acid AMP enzyme complex or activated amino acid to the tRNA. See, AMP adenosine monophosphate and enzyme separated from tRNA and to produce only charged tRNA or loaded tRNA. That is also called amino acid tRNA complex. Listen here. This entire procedure is called activation of amino acids. Important. I can repeat once again. In activation of amino acids, at least 20 different types of amino acids participate in protein synthesis. But during protein synthesis or during translation, each amino acid must be activated. One more question. Each and every amino acid must be activated. That's why our step name is the activation of amino acids. Why, sir? Each and every amino acid must be activated during protein synthesis. This is because tRNA, transfer RNA, only pick up, only carries activated amino acid, never inactivated amino acid. tRNA only carries tRNA, very activated amino acid and ಮಾತ್ರ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾ ಹೊರತು inactivated amino acid ಅನ್ನ ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. inactivated amino acid ಅನ್ನ ಸೈಟೋಪ್ಲಾಸಮ್ ಇಂದ ರೈಬೋಸೋಮ್ ಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ, ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. So before protein synthesis, each and every amino acid must be activated. This is because tRNA only pick up activated amino acid. For this purpose, before translation, before protein synthesis, to undergo activation of amino acids. But how, sir, activation of amino acids occurs in the cytoplasm of cell? This is the procedure for activation of amino acids. Saying, during activation of amino acids, each amino acid reacts with ATP in presence of amino acid synthesis enzyme. Amino acid synthesis enzyme to form amino acid AMP enzyme complex or activated amino acid. This enzyme catalyzed by ribosome, that is the function of rRNA, in prokaryotic cell, in bacterial cell, 23 srRNA functional as ribozyme for secretion of synthesis of amino cell synthetase enzyme. Amino cell synthetase enzyme. So, in simple equation form, amino acid combines with ATP in presence of amino cell synthetase enzyme to form amino acid AMP enzyme complex, adenosine monophosphate complex plus PP, two molecules of phosphate functional groups. This is because ATP has 3 phosphate functional groups. Yeah, out of 3 phosphate functional groups, already 1 phosphate present in the AMP, adenosine monophosphate, and to release 2 phosphate functional groups. As a result of our activated amino acid, also called amino acid AMP enzyme complex. Now, this activated amino acid or amino acid AMP enzyme complex binds to, attached to the amino acid binding site of tRNA. That is, say, for example, this is one cell. Now, this is the nucleus part, and this is the cytoplasm. In the cytoplasm, 20 amino acids are there. In this corner of cell, 20 amino acids. So, before protein synthesis, each amino acid must be activated in presence of amino cell synthetase enzyme. Now, one of the activated amino acid, after activation of amino acid, this is the tRNA. Now, in this tRNA, 3' is the adapter site or amino acid binding site, because already you have studied in the chlorolipidol of tRNA. In the chlorolipidol of tRNA, this is the 3' end. The 3' end is amino acid binding site. This is the amino acid binding site. So, after activation of amino acid, activated amino acid binds to the 3' end of tRNA. Amino acid binding site of tRNA to form, please near, amino acid tRNA complex. Amino acid tRNA complex or loaded tRNA or charged tRNA. And at the same time, AMP, adenosine monophosphate, and enzyme separated from tRNA. As a result of form loaded tRNA or amino acid AMP tRNA, amino acid tRNA complex or loaded tRNA or charged tRNA. This is the procedure of activation of amino acids or charging of amino acids. So, during activation of amino acids, be concentrated. Amino acid reacts with ATP in presence of amino cell synthetase enzyme to form amino acid AMP enzyme complex. It is catalyzed by ribozyme in bacterial cell, 23 srRNA functional as ribozyme. Now, this activated amino acid or amino cell AMP enzyme complex binds to the amino acid binding site of tRNA. Amino acid binding site or adapter site of tRNA to form amino cell tRNA complex or charged tRNA or loaded tRNA. Now, this loaded tRNA transfers the amino acid. For example, this is ribosome. Listen here, this tRNA transfers the amino acid into the ribosome for protein synthesis, for polypeptide chain formation. So, after charging of tRNA, after formation of loaded tRNA, say the tRNA, each and every specific tRNA carries the particular amino acid from cytoplasm to the ribosome, then initiates the formation of polypeptide chain. That is our next step called chain initiation. Initiation of a polypeptide chain. Initiation of polypeptide chain. Listen here. For example, most important and highly complicated explanation already I have spoken to you. See here, this is nucleus. In the nucleus, already to finish the transcription of mRNA, the transcribed mRNA migrates from nucleus to the cytoplasm. Moves from nucleus to cytoplasm and binds to, attach to ribosome. Next I will give in the chain initiation process. So, this mRNA containing codons, triplet codons. According to nitrogen base sequence of antisense strand, mRNA contain triplet codons. Here, first codon is the AUG. Then other codons next to the AUG codon, remaining codons, whatever the types, they are depending upon nitrogen base sequence of antisense strand, template strand. For example, triplet codon GGG, triplet codon CCC, triplet codon UUU, triplet codon AAA, etc. etc. Listen here. This is the charged tRNA, means 20 amino acids present in the cytoplasm in the form of amino acid pool. 20 amino acids. Now this is amino acid pool. See, during activation of amino acid, according to nature of a triplet codon, each and every must be activated. For example, if the mRNA containing AUG codon, out of 20 amino acids, methionine amino acid must be activated. In the first step of translation, activation of amino acid, so methionine amino acid first be activated in presence of amino cell tRNA. Now, such methionine amino acid binds to 3' end of tRNA to form loaded tRNA. Say here methionine amino acid containing UAC anticodon. Now, this tRNA carries the methionine amino acid into the ribosome, then starts the protein synthesis, begins the protein synthesis. That is highlight of second step called chain initiation. So, second step of translation is chain initiation. Important, be concentrated and we remember the diagram or simple of sketch diagram of the animal cell. Say, in the process of chain initiation, in this step, important, soon after transcription, mRNA migrates from nucleus to the cytoplasm and binds to the smaller subunit of ribosome. Be reason here. After transcription of mRNA migrates from nucleus to the cytoplasm. Nucleus to the cytoplasm. Nucleus to the cytoplasm. And binds to, attached to the smaller subunit of ribosome. Smaller subunit of ribosome. Important in which listen here. Chain initiation takes place by initiator codon AUG, because one of the property of genetic code is initiator. That is, the process of translation or formation of polypeptide chain is initiated by AUG codon, one of the property of genetic code. So, the chain initiation takes place by initiator codon AUG. This AUG codon codes the methionine amino acid. Be remember, AUG codon codes the methionine amino acid and it is carried by first tRNA complex. First tRNA complex. Important. And binds to, attached to the initiator codon AUG by its anticodon UAC. Very important. See here. This is mRNA and this is smaller subunit of ribosome. In prokaryotes, 30S type of ribosome. In eukaryote, 40S smaller subunit of ribosome. Same, in 70S type of ribosome, in prokaryotes, smaller subunit is the 30S. Here 30S type of smaller subunit of ribosome present at the AUG initiator codon. AUG initiator codon. Now, tRNA. First tRNA complex. First tRNA complex. For example, this is the ground plan diagram of tRNA. Now, this tRNA pick up the methionine amino acid at the 3' chain according to initiator codon AUG. Listen here. This AUG initiator codon codes the methionine amino acid and tRNA binds to initiator codon by its anticodon UAC. We remember this point. So, during chain initiation step, important, after transcription of mRNA moves from nucleus to cytoplasm and binds to 30S subunit of ribosome. 30S subunit of ribosome. And it recognizes it codes the AUG codon, codes the AUG initiator codon, codes the methionine amino acid carried by first tRNA complex and binds to AUG codon by its anticodon UAC and starts the formation of polypeptide chain or translation process. Important. At the same time, very very important, larger subunit of ribosome. See, larger subunit of ribosome, because mRNA first binds to the smaller subunit. So, after binding of mRNA to the smaller subunit, the larger subunit fuses with the smaller subunit. Larger subunit binds to smaller subunit to form on functional ribosome. Functional ribosome, that is 70S type of ribosome, in prokaryotes and ATS type of ribosome in eukaryotes. Highly complicated explanation. Dear students, be concentrated in each and every explanation sentence, each and every point of explanation. See here, mRNA migrates from nucleus to cytoplasm. Initially, beginningly, binds to smaller subunit, never to the larger subunit or smaller subunit. That is 30 SO smaller subunit in prokaryotes and 40 SO some smaller subunit in eukaryotes. At the place of initiator codon AUG. See, this AUG initiator codon codes the methionine amino acid, activates the methionine amino acid. Then, methionine amino acid carried by first tRNA complex binds to AUG initiator codon by its anticodon UAC. So, after coding of methionine amino acid to the AUG initiator codon, the larger subunit moves to the smaller subunit and fuse itself to form a functional ribosome. That is 70S type of ribosome in prokaryotic cell and 80S type of ribosome in eukaryotic cell. Very important, because in prokaryotic ribosome, that is in 70S type of ribosome, the smaller subunit is the 30SO, larger subunit is the 50S. Whereas in eukaryotic ribosome, that is in 80S type of ribosome, smaller subunit is the 40SO, larger subunit is the 60S. So, during chain initiation, mRNA only initially, beginningly binds to smaller subunit, never to the larger subunit. Thereafter, the first tRNA complex carries the methionine amino acid, binds to initiator codon AUG by its anticodon UAC and starts the formation of polypeptide chain, initiates the formation of polypeptide chain. That's why step name is chain initiation. But here, the larger subunit of ribosome move to the and fuses with the smaller subunit to form a functional ribosome, that is 70S in prokaryotes, so 80S in eukaryotes. Most important terms. Say, the largest subunit of ribosome. Very important. The largest subunit of ribosome. Remember, largest subunit of ribosome. This is methionine amino acid tRNA. First tRNA already binds to the initiator codon AUG by its anticodon UAC. Then the largest subunit fuses with the smaller subunit to form a functional ribosome. But here, the largest subunit of ribosome, you remember this point, containing 3 sites, having 3 sites like A site, P site and E site. Andre larger subunit of ribosome mele 3 doors irutte, 3 sites are there, 3 doors are there, 3 sites are there. That is A site. A site means amino acid site. Full form of A site is amino acid site. P site, peptidyl site. Peptidyl site and E site, exit site, outdoor exit site. So, the largest subunit of ribosome having 3 sites like A site, P site and E site. Do you remember this point? These 3 sites only found on larger subunit, never on the smaller subunit. Your A site, amino cell site, important. It functioned as Indo, means it helps in welcome of, inviting of, allowing of second tRNA, third tRNA, fourth tRNA, etc. number of tRNAs into the ribosome. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟಿಆರ್ಎನ್ಎ binds to the initiator codon AUG by RC codon anticodon UAC. It will never require the larger subunit. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಮಾಲರ್ subunit of ribosome ಗೆ mRNA initiator codon ಅಲ್ಲೇ bind ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಟಿಆರ್ಎನ್ಎ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟಿಆರ್ಎನ್ಎ ಯುಎಸಿ ಆಂಟಿಕೋಡನ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಎಯುಜಿ ಇನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟರ್ ಕೋಡನ್ಗೆ ಬೈಂಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟಿಆರ್ಎನ್ಎ ಮಿಥಿಯೋನಿನ್ ಅಮಿನೋ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಲಾರ್ಜರ್ ಸಬ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲರ್ ಸಬ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ಗೆ ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆಗ ಫಂಕ್ಷನಲ್ ರೈಬೋಸೋಮ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟಿಆರ್ಎನ್ಎ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ never need the function of a larger subunit. So after binding of first tRNA AUG codon ಗೆ bind ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ larger subunit small subunit ಜೊತೆ ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಫಂಕ್ಷನಲ್ ರೈಬೋಸೋಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Important, on the surface of larger subunit are the three sites like A site, B site and E site. Amino cell site, peptide site and exit site. Listen here. ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಈಗ ಮಿಥಿಯೋನಿನ್ ಅಮಿನೋ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಪಿ ಸೈಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಪಿ ಸೈಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅರೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ, ಪಿ ಸೈಟ್ ಗೆ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಕ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಎ ಸೈಟ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಇ ಸೈಟ್ ಅಮಿನೋ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಸೈಟ್ ಇಂಡೋ. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಟಿಆರ್ಎನ್ಎ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಅಮಿನೋ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಅಮಿನೋ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಟಿಆರ್ಎನ್ಎ ಎಂಟರ್ಸ್ ಇಂಟು ದ this is A site, this is B site. Second tRNA ribosome ಗೆ second tRNA second amino acid ribosome ಗೆ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಆಗುವಾಗ A site ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, A site ಮುಖಾಂತರ. So here A site acts as a Indo. For example, second triplet codon is the UUU codon. Anticodon of tRNA AAA. Now this anticodon of tRNA AAA carrying tRNA codes the phenylalanine amino acid. So ಈಗ second tRNA phenylalanine amino acid ಅನ್ನು ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. So second tRNA complex transfers carries the phenylalanine amino acid enters into the ribosome through A site and binds to the codon UUU by its anticodon AAA. So here first amino acid present at the P site and second amino acid present at the A site. Here phenylalanine amino acid present at the A site and methionine amino acid present at the P site. This is one simply called coding of amino acids. Now what happens? A peptide bond formed between first amino acid of P site and second amino acid of A site in presence of peptidyl transferase enzyme. See, first amino acid located at the P site and second amino acid present at the A site. In between first amino acid of P site and second amino acid of A site, first amino acid of P site and second amino acid of A site to establish the peptide bond A site to form peptide bond in presence of peptidyl transferase enzyme. Important, very important, synthesized by, secreted by rRNA complex, ribosomal RNA complex present inside the ribosome. Then to form dipeptide chain. Two amino acids, so polypeptide chain is the dipeptide chain. So in this manner starts the formation of a polypeptide chain. That's why the step name is the chain initiation. Listen here, I can repeat once again. During the process of chain initiation, the first point is, listen here, after transcription of mRNA, transcription of mRNA moves from nucleus to cytoplasm and binds to smaller subunit after ribosome. Listen here. After transcription of mRNA moves from nucleus to cytoplasm and binds to the smaller subunit of ribosome. Now, important, translation or protein synthesis. Translation or protein synthesis is initiated by AUG codon. Initiator codon AUG. It codes means it selects methionine amino acid carried by first tRNA complex. And binds to AUG codon by its anticodon UAC. Binds to AUG codon by its anticodon UAC. Important. See, now the larger subunit of ribosome. Fused with smaller subunit to form functional ribosome and functional ribosome. We remember the larger subunit fuses with smaller subunit to form a functional ribosome. That is 70S in prokaryotes, so 80S in eukaryotes. Important. The larger subunit listen here, has three sites like A site means amino cell site, P site means peptidyl site. Why it is called peptidyl site? Because in P site, peptide bond is formed. Peptide bond is established in between amino acids in the presence of peptidyl transferase enzyme. ಯಾಕೆ ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಪಿ ಸೈಟ್ ಪೆಪ್ಟಿಡೈಲ್ ಸೈಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಪಿ ಸೈಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪೆಪ್ಟೈಡ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ by the involvement of peptidyl transferase enzyme. So it's simple. Listen here, abbreviated form is the P site. On E site, exit site. So here exit site functioned as outdoor. Outdoor means ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅಮಿನೋ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಪೆಪ್ಟೈಡ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಅಮಿನೋ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಪೆಪ್ಟೈಡ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟಿಆರ್ಎನ್ಎ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟಿಆರ್ಎನ್ಎ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ಎಂಟಿ ಟಿಆರ್ಎನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಎಂಟಿ ಟಿಆರ್ಎನ್ಎ ಖಾಲಿಯಾಗಿರೋ ಟಿಆರ್ಎನ್ಎ ಎಂಟಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟಿಆರ್ಎನ್ಎ listen here enters into the cytoplasm through exit site, move outside from ribosome through exit site. Then what happens? Soluble in the cytoplasm of cell. That's why tRNA is also called soluble RNA. ಅಂದ್ರೆ every tRNA ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು tRNA ಅದರ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ರೈಬೋಸೋಮ್ ಇಂದ ಆಚೆ ಕಡೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸೈಟೋಪ್ಲಾಸಮ್, ರೈಬೋಸೋಮ್ ಇಂದ ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್ ಸೈಟೋಪ್ಲಾಸಮ್ಗೆ ಈ ಸೈಟ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಆಚೆ ಕಡೆ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. Then further what happens? Soluble in the cytoplasm of cell. So tRNA is also referred as soluble RNA. Means here E cyto, exit cyto functioned as outdoor. Outdoor means so the larger subunit of ribosome, larger subunit of ribosome containing three sites like A cyto, P site and E site. Exit site. Important. As a result of entire this procedure initiates the formation of polypeptide chain, formation of a protein molecule. That's why step name is called chain initiation. Do you remember this point? During chain initiation, the initiator codon AUG codes the methionine amino acid carried by first tRNA complex and binds to AUG initiator codon by its anticodon UAC, anticodon UAC. At the same time, the larger subunit of ribosome fuses with the smaller subunit to form unfunctional ribosome. Important. Here, the larger subunit of ribosome containing three sites like A cyto, P cyto, and E site. A site, P site, E site. Amino cell cyto, peptidyl cyto, and exit site. Here A site functioned as indoor, peptidyl cyto formation of peptide bond and exit site outdoor. Very, very important. This procedure collectively called as chain initiation. Important. Say here chain initiation formation of a polypeptide chain initiation requires initiator factors IF1, IF2 and IF3 in prokaryotes. Listen here. Chain initiation requires the initiator factors. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಪಾಲಿಪೆಪ್ಟೈಡ್ chain formation initiate ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ it will need initiator factors like IF1, initiator factor 1, initiator factor 2 and initiator factor 3 in prokaryotes. In bacterial cell. Important. Whereas in eukaryotic cell, very, very important. Especially, listen here, discovered in RBC cells to require approximately 9 to 10 initiator factors. Important. In eukaryotic cell, initiator factors are E, I, F1, EIF1, EIF2, EIF3, EIF4A. Important. EIF4A, EIF4B, EIF4C, EIF4D, EIF4F. We listen here. A, B, C, D, and E. Along with EIF4F. Listen here. Initiator factors of eukaryotic cell: EIF1, F2, F3, F4A, F4B, F4C, F4D, F4E, F4F. Along with EIF5 and EIF6. Totally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Only 10. Yes. 10 no initiator factors involved in eukaryotic cell. Pay listen here. In prokaryotic cell, entire this chain initiation catalyzed by, decoded by 3 initiator factors. Like IF1, initiator factor 1, initiator factor 2, and initiator factor 3. In eukaryotic cell, to require the 10 initiator factors discovered in RBC cells, red blood corpuscles, like EIF1, EIF2, F3, 4A, 4B, 4C, 4D, 4E, 4F, and EI4F are the 10 initiator factors of eukaryotic cell. Important. And one more information for competitive exams. Yeah, the fusion of smaller subunit with larger subunit requires the Mg2 plus ions, magnesium ions. So indirectly, magnesium ion, magnesium element require the protein synthesis. This is the procedure for second step of translation, protein synthesis, called chain initiation. And third step is the chain elongation. Chain elongation. The procedure for chain elongation will be continued in next class.